Okay, so it's test day. You've been preparing. You open your book, you see a long passage. What do? This is what you do. You read the italicized introduction. You read the first sentence or the first paragraph of the passage. Then you read the last sentence or the last paragraph of the passage. Then you ask yourself, what is the passage about? Okay, that's good. What do you do after that? Decide if you're going to do this passage or not. Remember, you can skip it. No one is going to blame you if you skip it. No one's going to know that you skip it. But please, if you skip it, come back to it. Don't forget to do it if you skip it. Let's say you decided to do it. Let's say that that passage interests you enough that you're going to try to answer the questions. Do the vocabulary questions first. You know exactly where to go, and you can get those out of the way and focus on the difficult things. After the vocabulary questions, do the citation questions. They're given to you in order. You know where to go. Plus, if you do them, they'll give you a good understanding of what the passage is about without having to read the entire passage right now. And if the thing says to go to if the question says to go to line 36, what do you read? Do you read the entire passage? Of course you don't. That would take too much time. If it says go to line 36, you start at line 34, and then you end at line 38. Or you can read the entire paragraph where that sentence is if the first method doesn't work for you. But the point here is that we are trying to do everything possible to avoid reading the entire passage, because reading the entire passage takes a lot of time. After you've done the citation questions, now it's time to read the entire passage, because you have other questions that are not citation questions. These are meaning questions. It's going to ask you, what did the author mean by saying this at line so and so? And in order to do well on those types of questions, you're going to understand the whole passage. You're going to need to understand the passage as it works together on a whole holistic level. So read the entire passage at a steady but careful speed. Do not rush. At the same time, you're not on vacation, so hurry up in reading the passage. But please, please, please do not add to the text and do not take away from the text. Remember, just by saying that Australian kangaroos can survive for weeks without food doesn't mean that marsupials can survive weeks without eating. These are not the same thing. Then do the remaining questions. So there it is. That's your strategy for how to do well on this test. Now that you've heard me say all of this, you should go ahead and practice. And also, please remember that the reading comprehension is not going to be entirely of really long passages. You're going to have a few short passages that are maybe a paragraph or two in length and are going to be compared and contrasted to each other. So it is entirely up to you if you want to do the reading passages that are long first and then the reading passages that are short if you want to do them later. Anyway, I hope you understood all of that. The strategy is really simple. It's really easy to explain it to another person, but the only thing that you have to do right now is you have to go and actually practice. So let me go over it one more time. Read the italicized introduction. Read the first sentence or the first paragraph of the passage. Read the last sentence or the last paragraph of the passage. Decide if you're going to do this passage or not. Remember, you don't have to do things in order, but always come back to it if you skip it. If you don't come back after you skip it, you're just losing points for no reason. Do the vocabulary questions first, and then do the citation questions in order. This will save you time, it will let you focus on the reading comprehension questions, and it'll save you the trouble of having to read the entire passage, and typically a passage that you've never even heard of before. After you do all of this, then read the entire passage at a steady but careful speed. There's no rush here, okay? Don't storm through the passage. Make sure that you understand the passage. At the same time, don't be a sloth for no reason. Hurry it up, but keep it steady. After you've read the passage, do the remaining questions. By now, you've probably taken care of almost all but 2 or 3, maybe not even 4 questions. And now that you've read the passage, you know the citation questions, you understand most of the vocabulary in the passage, this will give you the opportunity to go exactly where you need to go in order to increase the likelihood of getting those 2 or 3 or 4 questions correct. And all that I described for the steps above also works for both passages, not only short comprehension questions, but also long reading comprehension questions. And remember, you don't have to do the things in the order that they're given. You can do all the shorts, you can do all the longs, you can do all the ones that interest you, and you can skip the boring ones for later. I hope you understood that. If you didn't, watch it again. If you still didn't understand it after watching the video again, then you can email me and I'll try to explain anything that you don't understand. But most important, go practice right now. You've heard what I had to say, now go